What's up, everyone? Welcome to Progress Mindset Podcast, a podcast where we talk about everything from lifestyle, motivation, politics, health, wealth, everything that you can name to help you be the best version of yourself. I am your host, Afia. I'm with my lovely co host, Franz, and we have a very special episode dedicated to mental health for Mental Health Awareness Month. So let's get into it. Franz,
What's up? What's up? What's up,
how
Afia?
how you doing today? What's good?
I'm good. I'm good. Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. I'm all right. What about yourself?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Oh, wonderful. How was your Mother's Day weekend? First, I wanna say Happy Mother's Day to all the moms. I know it's a day later, but it's still it's still considered mother. It was a full Mother's Day weekend, so
Hmm.
hope all the moms enjoyed. And we wouldn't be here without the moms. So shout out to all the moms.
That's right. How
So
did you
I was
spend your Mother's Day?
I didn't really do much because mainly I had some work to do, so
Hmm.
I didn't go out and do anything this weekend. Of course I call all the moms,
Hmm.
sisters, parents, and and let them know that they all appreciate it. You know,
Hmm.
and then send them that love because my mom is not up here right now. She's away, so you know I, I didn't get to spend Mother's Day with her, but it's all good.
Yeah.
I get to speak to the sisters. I spoke with my mom as well, but I didn't really do nothing crazy. So
Hmm.
it was just a relaxing weekend.
Okay.
I mean, what about yourself? What's going on? What did you get into?
Well, I had to work, but I got off at 5, reasonable. So I just made my mom an appointment to get a mani pedi, and
Nice.
then you know, I made her breakfast. And then I made her dinner. And today we actually celebrated. We went out for our dinner because Mondays are usually slow and not busy. My mom doesn't like to go out on Mother's Day anyway, so she
Yeah.
didn't busy. So it was perfect. Hopefully, she enjoyed it.
Yeah, that's the best time to go out. Maybe it's like after, because the
Yeah.
day of is such a rush. For any
Mhm.
holiday. So that was a smart thing to do.
Mhm.
But yeah, I'm happy you guys enjoy. I know you and your mom are very close, so it was a good thing to hear that you guys had the opportunity to do something together. That's
Mhm.
good. Yeah,
Yeah.
nice.
All right. Let's get into our very important topic today, and that's mental health. So, when we talk about mental health, this is multifaceted subject. There's a lot of myths and things like that surrounding mental health. So we're just gonna, introduce you to it, break down a few facts about it, and hopefully this will just give a little clarity on the importance of the subject.
All
All
right.
right, Franz, kick it off for us. What you got? What you got for us?
Guys, like Afia said, we're gonna be discussing mental health. We decided to make this month, about just mental health and and health in general.
Mm-hmm.
So because it's such a very important topic, and it's needed. This is something that I don't hear us discuss enough, even in a lot of places like churches, places that's supposed to help people. Even my pastor recently admit that. I know he does his part on doing trainings and summons on mental health, which he does
Mm-hmm.
an excellent job. But he even admit that the church, most of the church doesn't touch base on important stuff like this enough. And it shouldn't just be a made thing. It should just be a thing that we make a subject that we make a big deal out of all year round. Because there's so many people that's hurting out there that need help.
Mm-hmm.
And so I would say that's one of the reasons why we decided to dedicate this month as well, dedicate our podcast to this subject and this whole mental health thing. So you never know, we could reach out to some folks and help out. Basically, so what is mental health? When you think of mental health, the I would say the definition of mental health is a person condition with regard to their psychological and emotional well-being.
Mm-hmm.
And what causes mental health is a lot of different things that causes mental health. But I was able to put down a short list of some of the key factors that think that will affect somebody that will slowly develop to mental issues. I would say one of the main one is childhood abuse, trauma, or neglect. That's a big one. Childhood, because that a lot of people go through that. They go to being abused when they was little, and then later on they have issues, and not knowing why they have those issues, and don't even take it as a big deal. Just feel like it's just life, and just
Mm-hmm.
go through with it and thinking that it's okay when it's not. They most likely need help, and that's a deep one. Um, Social isolation or loneliness, social disadvantage, poverty or debt, most definitely losing someone close to you, and that can definitely put you into a deep depression that would just have you thinking on a whole nother level, because sometimes, when you lose somebody, it just have you thinking, you start thinking about everything, you start thinking about life, you even start asking God certain questions, which, we're not really supposed to question God, but when certain things happen, we are humans, and we tend to, those are the first things that comes out of your mind, just to have a conversation with God, just by asking him why. And you sometimes you go into a dark space just thinking too much, because a lot of there's certain things that's just beyond your control, and this stuff that you will never really get the answer for. So those are sometimes the things that, by asking those questions and by thinking so much, you get into that deep space, and then that could be trouble. Having a long-term physical health condition, unemployment, or losing your job, most definitely, especially now during these times with the pandemic. Unemployment is sky high. A lot of people um, are unemployed or was unemployed. Even I was unemployed for a period of time. So it could be a scary thing, because you don't know what's gonna happen. You don't know if your job is gonna call you back. You don't know if you're gonna find something, you know, as quick as you should, or you're not even sure if you're gonna get approved for unemployment. It just those things hit you, and then you start thinking about all the stuff that you need to do, your responsibilities. And if you're someone that like to handle your responsibility, when those things happen, it's just hard for you. So yes, that's definitely a deep one. And I would say there are several signs of mental health symptoms, so to speak. um I would say feeling sad or down at sometimes, confused thinking or reduce of ability to concentrate, like you have a hard time concentrating, excessive fear or worries, or even feeling of guilt, mood change, ups and downs, having your high and lows. 1 minute you feeling upbeat, next minute you feeling like like you have the world on your shoulders. Things like that. Is those are signs. Keeping to yourself and withdrawing from activities with your friends. Your friends going out, constantly asking you to come out and join them. But you always coming up with an excuse, and you just want to be by yourself. And then sometimes you probably not even doing anything, but you just don't want to be with company. You just want to be alone. Those are some signs. Having problems sleeping, tiredness, and low energy. Those are a major part of of signs of mental health. And like I was saying, this is not it's not easy. Like those are some tough time to be going through. And then when you're going through some times tough times like that, you definitely will need some assistance. Need some guidance. You definitely have to like try to take care of yourself and acknowledge those things. And when we are talking about mental health, we are talking about our mind and heart. That's something that affect. Those are the condition affect both the mind and heart. So when those two key body parts are affected, it can be very brutal, because those are your main body parts, your brain and your heart. When those things are being affected, it could be critical. It could be
Mhm.
critical. We have to face our mental issues. If not, no one won't be able to. You won't be able to fully enjoy your life. Because you're just gonna be thinking about those things all the time. It's just so much pressure on you that it makes it so hard for you to even enjoy anything. It's just you just having moments of up and downs, and that's can put a toll on you. When you are suffering from mental health, it can cause you to be stressed and depressed. And being stressed is a major, and being depression can cause you to do horrible things. Like, because when you're stressed and you're depressed, you don't really have full control. Sometimes you're not thinking clearly. And that's why sometimes people do harmful things to themselves, because you are unable to think clearly. You're not making clear decision. When you are stressed, it is very hard to think clearly and make good decision. Stress block your thought process, basically. Don't let depression cheat you from living a good life. When you are mentally healthy, your mind function much better. So if you are facing those conditions, you have to find a way to get help. And then when you do, I'm pretty much sure things will start heading towards the right direction for you. Do not be ashamed to seek for help. It's only for your mental well-being. It's best for you, because if you do, it's best for you. It's best for your family. Because when you are going through those things, it's also gonna affect others around you. When you are having these issues, don't keep it in the dark. Share your troubles with someone that can help you or can support you. Um, don't feel like you are alone in this fight, because if you express to the right people, I'm pretty much sure they can help you. It can help you or help you get guidance. You can speak with a professional. I would say a psychiatrist or a therapist, like a real professional, someone that's that have the license, that went to school, that is an MD. Because uh, a, thera- uh, a therapist can those people are licensed to help you in that. And then I would say if even if you speak to a pastor, they can help you as well. And most of the time, if they can't help you, they will find you assistant. Um, it's like a psychiatrist. They are medical doctors, basically MDs who specialize in diagnosis and treatment of mental illness. So that's what they do, and I think they can definitely help you get to the right direction, and start, you know, it's and start guiding you and helping you get to the level that you should, and get you get you started in the right road. Because when you going through this thing and you by yourself and you're not getting any assistance, you just feel like nobody cares. But it's not like that. It's definitely not like that. People do care about you. If you are going through these things, you just have to let it know. And don't feel like it's don't you shouldn't be ashamed. Don't feel like you're the only person that's going through that, because trust me, majority of us either have been to some type of mental health, had some type of issue that's related to that. Some of us just seek help and figure it out. How to get to a better place. So if you're going through it, you just have to do the same thing and just reach out for help. Yep. Fear.
Yeah, like you said, like there's many ways that mental health, and it's important to make sure that you're analyzing that, when you see signs in someone, signs in yourself, and things like that. um I know there's many different myths and facts in regards to mental health. One myth is that, everyone that has a mental health problem, they act crazy. That's not true. um like Franz said, it could be as simple as you're home, by yourself, making excuses to not go out, and you're really suffering from depression. There are people out there who are like, they have functioning depression, and what that is they're able to go out every day and smile and laugh, but when they go home and they're by themselves, it gets really dark. So when you think about things like that, that's not a face of an erratic person, as most myths say. um it could just be the person that you see every day, and they're the happiest. You think they have the greatest spirit ever, but when they go home and they're not around people, they're really facing deep issues. Another myth is children don't experience mental health problems. Um, as Franz touched on, a lot of stuff could stem from trauma, childhood trauma. So if you see like a kid and they could be sad, or they don't really know how to talk to other kids, talk to people, they could be suffering from some type of anxiety. It's easy not to judge a book by its cover, and to label someone as, oh, they're shy, they're just an introvert. Sometimes these are how issues start. It's very important to reach out, talk to people, have conversations when they might be a little bit withdrawn, even if they're a happy person. It's always important to just touch base. There's a quote that says, reach out to your strong friends. That's true, because it's probably the strongest person in your circle that is going through the most things.
Yep.
um Another myth is that people with mental health issues, like, you can't talk to them, you can't get through to them. No, sometimes, even with the work of a professional, just letting someone know that you care, that you know you're interested in what they are doing, is important.
Mm-hmm.
They just need to feel that they could be vulnerable with you. They need to feel that they could open up, you know It's some people don't want to seek therapy, you know? And although us as being a friend, we're not professionals, it's still important to just, talk with people, spend time with them, get to know them. I know we're living in the age of social media and things like that, but
Mhm.
that that connection, that general connection of just communicating, that can go a long way.
Yep.
Another myth of mental health is you don't need therapy. I know growing up, and I am a testament to that myself, just saying, something is ignorant as, oh, black people don't do therapy, or like, I don't need to talk to a stranger, it's fine, I'm not crazy.
Right.
Talking to someone doesn't make you crazy, it makes you human.
Mhm.
So just dispelling that you think that you're crazy because you're experiencing things that you can't help. You're not crazy. We're human, we're supposed to feel emotion. And sometimes when emotion gets too much, too overwhelming, we have to seek help and help. So yeah, those are the few things. I mean, there's many more myths concerning mental health, but those are just a few things that I wanted to touch on. As far as types of mental health disorders, it's an array of different types of disorders, from clinical depression, which is basically characterized by persistent mood changes like depressed mood, loss of interest in activities, and things like that. Anxiety disorders, that's another form of mental health. It's characterized by feelings of like worry, anxiety, fear, like not feeling good enough, going outside, having social anxiety, feeling that you don't want to be around people. That's a real thing, and it's more common that we know. Bipolar, of course, you know, it can go from erratic mood swings to low depressive like feelings. Dementia, um, that's basically, the brain and things like that. That's also something that's a disorder. Psychotic disorders, personality disorders, the list goes on. And again, they go from very noticeable to something as far as like, again, like clinical depression, where you can function sometimes and sometimes you can't, or people who are just able to really hide and suppress their emotions. Point of the matter is that you never know where someone is going through, and it's important to just educate yourself. I know sometimes we see people on the street, and maybe they don't have the resources to have therapy or a good support system or get medication. Don't look at them as if they're crazy. you know your mental health is a real thing, and it's very important, and it's one of the main reasons why I started my business, Aroma 689. It's all about taking care of your mental health while taking care of your physical. So it's self-care from skin to soul. I know like a lot of aromatherapy scents and just things like that help me, in my everyday lifestyle. You know, um, I work a very high stress job, so it's important for me to have some time where I de stress and take time out for myself every day.
Mhm.
So yeah, it's just when we think about mental health, I know it's one of those things that we like to sweep under the rug, most people, because it's associated with being crazy, but not crazy. And if you know someone that you think that might be experiencing, mental health issues, or even yourself sometimes, we could have touched upon something that makes you say, hey, that's me. Some days I don't feel like getting out of bed. Some days I don't feel like being social. I mean, and you might very well be an introvert like me. So I like being inside. But sometimes it's a deeper issue, and it's very very important to get to the root of your traumas, because we may not notice them, and they may not be like surface enough, but we all carry some type of trauma. And if it's inhibiting you from being the best version of yourself, you have to get help.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, you definitely hit the nail in the head with that, Afia.
Yeah, I know we got a little deep in this episode, but it really is important to we can joke and laugh and sometimes and things like that, but our physical being is very important, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I definitely agree. And then one thing that you said that that stuck to me is by checking on your strongest supporters, your strongest friends, because
Mhm.
those are the people that's helping everybody else. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And sometimes they could be in need as well, but they're being ignored because they're so strong. You be like, oh nah, not this person. No, that person is too strong.
Mhm.
And another thing, with Mel, I can contest, for the guys. I can speak for the males because I'm a male.
Mhm.
And I know guys, we tend to, hide our feelings. We was brought, most of us was brought up to be tough and strong and not to show emotion. And that's built within us because if you've been taught to do something since you was a little child, by the time you get older, it becomes so hard for you to try to break that. So you just know how to be tough and tough all the time. So you could be going through a mental um going through something mental and not realize that because you just think that it's just another thing, and then you're like, oh, this too shall pass, and you just going through life thinking that is okay, but I would just like to say that, guys, it's fine to seek for help as well. It's not this is not just for the ladies, this is for men too. Not just when not only women go through depression. That's why, you see a lot of things is going on out there in the universe. A lot of people are making careless decision, hurting other people because they have issues. A lot of them have mental issues, and then they, they they're not getting the help, or they're not allowing the help, or not admitting that they have a problem. Like Afia said, it's nothing to be ashamed of. Is it, if you having some issues, you are not crazy. Like she said, we are all human. We are all human, and we go through things, and we all emotional creatures. So if you feel like you're going through something, whether you are a woman, a man, a child, you just gotta express, and just talk about it. Trying to find seek help, you know trying to get somebody to give you some assistance. Talk to someone, sit down and talk to someone. Like she said, a lot of us don't like to talk to a psychiatrist because especially back then, it was known, oh, if you seen that, oh, you must be a crazy child or something must be wrong with you.
Mhm.
That's so far from the word. Especially now, the time that we live in now is things is different now. Like this is a thing. Like if you having issues, it's okay to say that you going through something and you need help, you need assistance. Back then, it was a little more. It was it was much rougher, right, Via?
Mhm.
It was really really tough because like it seems like if you was seeking help, seeing a therapist, oh yeah, this, oh, Frank's crazy because he's seeing a therapist. But no, this, if anything, if you are doing that, you being smart, you taking care of yourself, making sure that everything is fine, not just, like I always say, not just on the exterior, you working on the inside, making sure that you're okay mentally, making sure that your heart is okay, your mind is okay, and you at peace. You at peace, so because that's the only way you will get some peace, that if you get help and if you talk about your issues,
Mhm.
you know yeah, that's what I have to say about that.
Yeah, it was like you said, it was definitely a different time. So now
Yeah.
we have all the reasons we have to be our best version of ourselves, and you know,
Yes,
take advantage of it for sure.
definitely. And there's so many ways that you can get information about these conditions. You can look them up, you can listen to a lot of people. There's uh, there's a lot of positivity going around based on this subject, that a lot of people really really care about this, because people have family members that either went through this or is going through it. So
Mm.
there's a lot of folks that's sharing a lot of positive stuff. And that is a great thing. That's why I'm saying this should be, um we should do this more often. This shouldn't just be like a May thing. I'm happy that they give, they dedicate a month to this,
Mm-hmm.
but this should be like all year round, which it is, but make more noise about it, that, because people need to be aware. Definitely.
Yes, sir. That's why we're here. Spread the word.
Yep.
That's why
So, it's our pleasure. So it's, this, like we said, we're gonna dedicate the month um to mental health. So it's more to come. More to come.
yeah. So, Francis, it seems like, part one of mental health is over, but it's not
Yes.
over. Part two, we're gonna get more deep into the subject,
Yes.
um, and then drop some more gems.
Yes. Yes.
All right, guys. So we reached the end of our very important episode of mental health. I
Oh
know it
yeah.
probably got a little deep, but again, sometimes we gotta go deep to get to another level.
Yep.
So as always, we'll see you next week. Have any questions? Reach out to us. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to our channel
Yep.
here on all streaming platforms, and our YouTube channel, Progress Mindset Podcast. You could drop a comment, a message. If there's anything that you'd like us to talk about, we're here for you. We got your back.
All
All
right.
right.
Peace out,
See you
everyone.
guys
Take
in the
care.
next episode.
Take care. Peace. Hey, what's up? What's up? If you want to hear more on this podcast episode and other recorded episodes, head over to the App Store and subscribe to Progress Mindset. That's Progress Mindset Podcast on all podcast platforms. You don't want to miss out. See you there. It's a good girl, turn me on.